Hi, I'm Amy Romeo, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this really fun heart charm bracelet for Valentine's Day using faux leather and a Cricut. I have the SVG template free for you on my blog, and I'll let you know in just a minute how to grab it. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the tools and materials we'll be using. So I'll be using my Cricut Maker today for this project, but you can use any of the current Cricut machines because they all cut faux leather with the standard fine point blade. I'm using some really fun Valentine's Day prints and solids, but you can use any faux leathers you'd like. I'll leave a link in the video description to these and all of the materials I'm using. And then we're going to cut the faux leather using the Cricut Purple Strong Grip Mat. And you'll also want to have some blue painter's tape on hand. I'll show you how this helps us get great cuts. Now we'll be cutting these little heart charms and then gluing them together front to back. So you want a good fabric or craft glue for that. I usually use Beacon Fabri-Tac. I think today I'm going to use my Barely Art Glue because it has that little precision tip bottle, and that's going to help us glue these little charms together. Now for the actual bracelet, I'm going to make my own using just some bulk chain and then a toggle clasp, and then we'll attach our little charms using some jump rings. These are 10mm in size. We could probably do a little smaller, like 8mm. And then if you wanted to add some more metallic charms, you could absolutely do that. These are some that are on Amazon right now with some glitter enamel that are really fun. I'll leave a link to these and some other fun charms I found. Finally, you'll need a couple other Cricut crafting tools. Like you will want a weeding hook of some kind. Even though we're not using heat transfer vinyl, this is going to help us poke through the little holes for our charms in our faux leather. You'll need some flat nose jewelry making pliers to assemble the project. And then it's always good to have some small curved scissors on hand. So as I mentioned at the beginning, I have this project for you free on my blog. Just visit amyromeo.com/design222 and I will email you the file right over. So let's go ahead and hop into Cricut Design Space. I'll show you the template and then we will start cutting out our heart charms. Starting with a blank canvas in Cricut Design Space, you'll click on Upload and then Upload Image, and you'll browse to where the unzipped SVG file for this project is saved on your device. Click on it to select it and then click Open. You'll see a preview of all the little heart charms. Click Continue and then Upload. So I have a set of 25 little charms here. Every charm has a front and a back. So you'll see, for example, these two that have the little charm holes on the opposite sides. Those are going to make a pair or one charm. And then here's another charm, and so on and so on. So I've separated these into different colors on the canvas in Design Space so that Design Space will put these hearts on different color mats to make it easy for you to cut your hearts from lots of different colors of faux leather. If you don't want to cut from 5 different colors of faux leather, you can just go up here to the little color box here and change them all to one color or change them to just 2 colors. It's totally up to you. Now also, if you didn't want to cut this little pre-cut hole that I've made for you, I can show you how to hide that. So all I did was ungroup my hearts so I can click on just one, and then while it's selected, click down here on the contour menu and then just click on that little hole and the little hole will gray out. Click Apply, and now that little pre-cut hole is gone, and you could punch your own holes with something like a 1/16 inch hole punch, which I will link for you. But I'm going to go ahead and cut these the way they are. So I'll click the Make It button. We're cutting our materials on a mat. And then the first thing we want to do is go through and toggle the mirror button on for every mat because faux leather cuts in reverse. And we don't want to cut them exactly the way Design Space laid them out on our mat. So you just want to take a moment and kind of drag these shapes away from the edges of the mat and also away from each other. So see how I'm just kind of changing that spacing a little bit? This is going to help us when we're cutting our faux leather so that we're able to put tape around our little piece of faux leather and also get really good cuts. So I'm just going to go through and do that for every one of these mats. So once I have my little hearts organized the way I want them on my mat preview, I'm just going to make a note of what size faux leather I need to put down so that the shapes will cut completely. So it looks like I need a piece of faux leather a little over 5 inches wide and about 2 inches tall. I'll just click Continue. The cut setting I'm going to use is Faux Leather Paper Thin. You'll select this setting no matter which Cricut machine you're using. Faux Leather Paper Thin and then More Pressure. Now if you don't have this setting bookmarked as a favorite like I do, you can click on Browse All Materials and search for it. Now if you're using the Explore Air 2 machine, you'll need to turn your dial to Custom before you can find this setting when you search. So that's all we need to do. We'll just go ahead and make sure we've got faux leather paper thin selected with more pressure. And then we'll hop back over to my overhead camera and we will start to cut out our heart charms. So I've already trimmed a piece of faux leather down to a smaller size, and I'm going to put this pretty side down on my purple strong grip mat. And then I'm going to use my blue painter's tape and just tape this down on all sides. This is going to help keep our faux leather in place so it doesn't shift around while the blade is cutting through. We have our faux leather paper thin cut setting with more pressure ready to go. So I'm just going to load my mat into the machine and begin the cut. So the cut has run one time, and before you unload your mat, it's a good idea to take a sharp weeding tool and just lift up the edges and see if it looks like the cut went all the way through. If it did, that's great. You can go ahead and unload your mat. But if you're using one of the bigger machines like the Maker or the Explorer machines, you can actually rerun the cut if your cut didn't go all the way through. And the way to do that is just by pressing the cut button again, which works as long as you haven't unloaded your mat. But these look good, so I'm going to unload my mat and remove my little charms. Now this is where you'll want to use your sharp weeding tool just to poke through those little charm holes. And if it doesn't come all the way through, like this one's a little bit stuck, you can use some small curved scissors just to trim that off. And then if you need to poke your hole completely, you can use a 1/16 inch hole punch. Like this one, it makes the perfect size little hole and it punches really well through faux leather. But I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of these little hearts, poke through the charm holes, and then I'm going to return to Design Space and cut all of the other heart mats just to save some time. Then when we come back together, I'll show you how to glue these and then attach them to the little charm bracelet that we're going to make. Okay, so I have all of my little faux leather heart charms cut out, all those little holes poke through. And remember, if you need help getting the little hole off or trimming up any little fuzzies on the edge of your faux leather, just use some small curved scissors and that'll do the trick. So the next step is gluing. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be using some Barely Art glue today because I love this precision tip and that's going to be perfect for these little charms. But you could also use Beacon Fabri-Tac or any good craft or fabric glue. Now the glue isn't as important as the step I'm going to show you next, which is we're going to glue our little charms front to back, and then we're going to let them dry underneath a heavy book for about an hour. And that's going to make them really flat, really well sealed together and give us a nice seamless edge. So this is going to be really easy to do. We're just going to find a heart pair where we have our holes on the opposite sides, right? Because we want these to be front and back and have the little pre-cut hole. So all I'm going to do is take that Barely Art glue and use that little nozzle tip and just kind of spread this all over. You do want to go around that little hole so you have some glue on the other side of the hole. That's why this is a little better than the Barely Art glue for this project. So you just need it on one of the charms, and then I'm just going to take the other charm here, flip it over and place it on, and then just kind of take a moment, get these little charms lined up together. Don't worry if you have glue that comes out the sides, it's going to dry nice and clear. You can just wipe it away with your fingers. Just get those sides all matched up really nicely. Check the front and the back. Looks like I need to work this one just a little more. There we go. I think that's perfect. Now at this time, you might not see a nice tight edge, and that's totally fine. That's just how it goes when you're first starting to glue faux leather. But trust me, when we put this underneath our heavy book and let it sit here for about an hour, it's going to be a really nice charm that we can attach to our charm bracelet. So I'm just going to keep going through these and gluing all of my little charms together. And then I'll show you how to make the charm bracelet while they're drying, and then I'll show you how to put everything together. So all of my charms are gluing, and I wanted to show you how easy it is to use bulk chain just to make your own little charm bracelet. So this is like an aluminum chain from Amazon, so it's very lightweight, and the links are very easy to just open. So you don't even need wire cutters to cut this. You can just open these links using pliers, and all I do is like take a little section here, wrap it around my wrist, and then I figure out where the ends are going to touch when it's tight. And that's where I will make my little cut or cut off this loop. And then once you add your clasp, that's going to add another 3/4 of an inch or so. So you can play around with the length, but it's a nice way to make custom sizes on your bracelets. Of course, you could always buy a ready-made chain too. So I've just cut my little section of chain, and then I like these toggle clasps. I think they're really pretty on bracelets, but you could use whatever you'd like. All we're going to do is attach a jump ring to either side to attach it to our chain. So now we have our little charm bracelet made with that toggle clasp, and the way these work is these just go inside the big decorative loop, and then it's a little clasp. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna let my charms continue to dry, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to attach all the charms on the chain. So all of my charms have finished gluing underneath my heavy book, and they look really nice. And let me show you on the edges what a nice tight edge you get once you dry those underneath the book. It's really hard to see where the two pieces of faux leather were glued together, which is what we want. Now, if you have a darker color charm and you see some of the white peeking through on the edges, you can always use a color coordinated Sharpie and just color up those edges if you'd like. But now all we need to do is add our little heart charms to our charm bracelet. So you might want to spend just a moment sort of planning ahead and thinking about where you want to put your charms. For example, do you want to put them on every link all on the same side going in the same direction? Do you want to maybe skip a link, so have one here, one here, one here, one here, for example? That way, if you figure it out ahead of time, then you aren't taking charms off that you put on just to move them. So I counted and I have 23 links and I have 25 heart charms. So that leaves me one for every link. I think I'm going to alternate them. So put one on this link down here, one on the next link up here, just so it looks more sort of jumbled when you're wearing it. And then I'll have 2 hearts left over so I can make a quick pair of earrings. So these are super easy to put on. We already have that little ready-made hole. So all I'm going to do is take one of my jump rings and just open it up with my pliers, just like that. I'll slide on my first little heart charm. I'm going to take this, I'm not going to put it on the jump ring that is connecting the clasp to the chain. I'm only going to put this on the chain links. So I'm just going to slide one on there and close that up. And then we have our first little heart charm. Then I'm just going to repeat that process all the way down the bracelet. So I finished attaching all of my little charms. I think it came out so cute. See how when you alternate them side to side, it gets really like jumbly and chunky, which I think is adorable. Again, you could add in some other little charms if you wanted to, like little metal charms. That would make it really fun as well. But I felt like 25 charms was a really nice way to round out this bracelet and make it really fun for Valentine's Day. Remember, I have the SVG file for this project on my blog. Just visit amyromeo.com/design222 and I will send the SVG file over to you for free. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.